ambassador t-shirt.
Yes, we did that
on.
Esther training in February.
Did you do it with Max and
Harrison?
John?
Yeah, it's interesting. Carl, do you know about Esther?
No.
It's really up
I'm
the
an
street.
Esther coach.
You're
Yeah,
an
we're
Esther
Esther
coach.
coaches.
What's
You're
Esther?
coaches. Esther was a lady, a real person,
Yeah.
who had to tell her story 40 times in one day to get the help she needed. And so Esther's now a program, came from Sweden.
Yeah.
See, I'm testing my
Yeah, well
knowledge now.
done.
Yeah.
It's the question is not what's the matter with you, but what matters to you, and that's the underpinning.
That's the whole philosophy
ethos
behind it. Yeah.
So it's making sure that people like Esther are. They're not even in the centre of their care now.
They're part of
They're
the team.
equal partner
Yeah.
with everybody else that's involved in their care. So it's a really nice way of turning things upside down, isn't it? And looking at people and trying to find out what's what's important to them that day that they're here with us on the project or wherever they are.
Yeah.
So that's a philosophy that underpins the coffee caravan.
It is really, yeah.
Sorry, the Rural Kent Coffee and
So
Information.
anyone who comes and whatever the reason for bringing them that day, it doesn't matter really, does it? But it's important to them that they can come and just be who they want to be and get out of it whatever they want to get out of it without any sort of driving agenda.
Well, it's giving them control, isn't it? A lot of organisations, they don't mean to, but they sort of inadvertently do things at people or for people without that person being actively involved in what's happening for them or with them. And so everything that, I used to be a community warden and a community connector like Jackie, and we had the coffee caravan coming to Broomfield for a few years, which was just fabulous because we did it in conjunction with the doctor surgery, who had a space not too dissimilar to this at the back, which worked really well because then it was like a nice partnership between Rural Kent and the surgery. But the whole point of the Esther philosophy is to maximise a person's self-management, really, and
Empower them
and interest them in their own personal well-being, as opposed to just go like this and just say, right, well, somebody's giving me some medication, I don't know what it is, or I've got an appointment, I didn't ask the doctor what it was all about, but I'm just gonna just go with the flow, and it doesn't work that way.
No, it's about engaging them in the whole sort of process rather than, things being done for them. It's things being done with them, so that you're in a position and they're in a position that they are making decisions for themselves, as well as sort of in conglomeration with everybody else that's working with them.
And you're a coach for the Esther program?
I'm an Esther coach, so I can train people to adopt the Esther philosophy. But it's very much. I'm also an accredited health coach, like Mandy. So we had, because I do the two roles for KCC. I'm a warden, as well as a community connector. So I work with the Positive Wellbeing Project as well. And part of that meant that we had health coach training. So we are now accredited health coaches. So we use that. I use that on an almost daily basis with people in both roles, as a warden as well as a connector. And it is, the coffee project has been absolutely fantastic for us because where I work on the Isle of Sheppey, so many people are insular to the island, and getting various agencies to come along at the same time as the coffee project. Most of the people who are agency representatives are actually residents of the island as well. So consequently for me, I'm inviting agencies along, but actually inviting the residents along as well. So it's sort of smart goal, getting everybody all together. And we've been approached by other people as well, can we come along, because they've heard about it, because it's quite unique in my area. My area is an enormous area, as Kathy saw. It's got over 17,000 residents, but it's so wide, and there are so many different elements of it. There's a beach area, there's a rural area, there's a housing area. I don't want to call it an urban area because it's not. I think there's about 4 shops in the entire place, and this has been quite unique, and the parish council have been very proactive. You know, we had the first one we had a parish councillor there. Second one, we had the parish councillor who has actually gone on to be another councillor as well, and he is also a trustee of the community centre that we do it next door to. So he was very engaged, and we've had nothing but positive responses from everyone, and we're quite unique in the fact that we've got the minibus that you provide, the Coffee Project provide, but we've also got the Sheppey Support Bus, which allows a private area for those people that do want to talk, to one of the agencies that are there, and they can go up into the support bus, which is another sort of charity that is unique to the island. That is the sort of step between food banks and sustaining yourself. So it's a subsidised food bank, basically. So people can subscribe to that, but it all comes together really, really well, and so many different agencies coming together and so many different people, and that's what it's all about. It's all about engaging people and making sure that their lives are better, and we make a difference, and then empower them to make differences to other people as well. That's what it's all about.
That's what's so great about the Rural Kent Coffee Project. It's a sort of linchpin for those in a very non-assuming, casual, friendly way. So if you want to go and approach an agency or someone like that, they're there. But also if you just want to come along and bring your dog, and the dog can sit and drink some water and have a chat, and then you've met that lady, you've never met her before, but you've seen her a few times, so you'll arrange to go and meet her in the town, and it's not forced on you.
No.
It's all very calm and low-key. It's not like a community event where there's lots of stuff happening and lots of stuff going on, and you can go and speak to that person and get loads of leaflets. The information is there if you want it. The people are there if you want to approach them, but then you're there and the guys are there, and it's just lovely. It's just friendly.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
fantastic.
beauty of it.
Just while we've got Kathy here, because I've known you obviously for over a decade now, and I remember talking to you when this was just the germ of an idea. So I've spoken to a few people before this conversation, and I'm just thinking that you must be absolutely buzzing with the way it's turned out.
I am.
How do you feel about
I
it?
couldn't have dreamt that it would have gone on for this long so far already. It's constantly evolving and changing, and new people come in with new ideas, and they're all brilliant, and it's just lovely to see things germinating, and it's that ripple effect where something's happening, and you see things sparking as a result of it. That's what's really special about it, and getting people here today that are like-minded, who wouldn't otherwise meet each other from different communities all over Kent, is the highlight for me, because you see them inspiring each other and going away with new ideas, and I feel really privileged to be part of it all.
Yeah. And what the original coffee, because you were inspired in turn yourself, weren't you? Was it
Yeah, by the
Sussex
Rural Coffee Caravan in Suffolk.
Suffolk,
Yeah, and it's an amazing project, very generous in every way, in spirit and friendship to us as a project, and a leading light really. We're just trying to follow in their footsteps and do something in Kent that's working so well in Suffolk, and they've got lots of ideas and projects too that I'd love to try and germinate in Kent. But we're just a little bit behind them in terms of getting those.
I'm sure they'll be impressed if they saw
Yeah.
what's happening here today.
Yeah.
And it's all positive, I mean,
Yeah.
we've had agencies that have come along to this. They're so thrilled by it, and think it's a fantastic idea.
It's just a simple concept,
It is simple.
It's literally just providing somewhere for people to meet, trying to make it attractive and low-key and easy for
Yeah.
people
I think
to
that-
join.
But that's what works.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I love most about it is there's an ongoing model already where you can go and have a coffee morning, you can go to a nice village hall, you can have a coffee morning, but the fact that this is outside predominantly, it's really visual. The fact that everything is all very homely, so you've got the tablecloths and the flowers, and the whole brand is just so homely, and I think that's the key, and also the fact that you can be outside and enjoy
Yeah.
fresh air,
being
and-
outside.
yeah. And importantly for lots of people, it's the acoustics as well, because
Yeah.
they struggle sometimes to hear. I do myself actually when I'm indoors, and there's lots of other background noise, but outdoors is a different quality, you know, and something very I don't know, soul lifting about it, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You only need to get a nice day, it lifts people mood straight away, and then
And
when
even
they've got
when
somewhere
it's
to
raining,
go.
even when it's raining,
yeah.
and you're inside with your steaming mug of tea and a blanket, and it's like the camping holiday, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, when we the first one we had, the weather wasn't great, but people were still, you know, keen to be outside, and it like Mandy says, it's different because you know, lots of people. You go to a normal coffee shop, outside areas are for sort of smoking and things like that, so you don't particularly want to go to those sort of areas for those of us that don't smoke. But for, you know, this, it engages people, and it engages them with the environment as well. And you know, we all know that well-being and green spaces go together very, very well. So it works really, really well.
But also it's lovely because if someone's got their dog, or you might have a family that's sitting on the grass on a blanket, you know, the whole setup is just relaxation.
Yeah, very stress-free. And I go home at the end of a working day, which is, you know, working day, you go home driving this lumbering camper van, but you can't help smiling. You're just looking out the window thinking, this is my job and this is what we've just done. We're just so lucky. I think we're really lucky. So,
And you've made a big difference to so many people's lives.
so.
That's the thing.
Well, sounds like you two are a massive part of that as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we're making a point of putting on record our thanks as an organisation to individuals like yourselves that are firing people up.
But like I
everywhere you
say,
go.
we couldn't do it without somebody coming up with the ideas and the concepts in the first place. I mean, I came along to one that Mandy was holding, and it was from there. It was like, I need this in my area. I absolutely need this. And I've had people coming along to ours, other agencies, saying, why haven't we got this here in other places as well? So it's all about where it started, and everyone else, you know, like you say, it's sort of a domino effect. It's carrying on and on and on because it is so successful.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time.
Thank
No,
you.
no worries.
Okay.
Thank you both.